Morning YouTube and welcome to another very early vlog here. I'm actually in Anglesey today and I've come to a lighthouse I've wanted to visit for quite a few years now. It's a stunning location, stunning composition, really beautiful part of the world here, and I did try getting here about 3 years ago. I've not been to this part of the world for about 3 years now, and at that time you couldn't see anything at all here. It was just all mist. In fact, I didn't even bother getting here because it is a 40-minute relatively tiring walk, especially in the early hours of the morning. Now I set off kind of to get here from the car park this morning about 6:10. You do have to walk about 40 minutes. I probably did about 30 minutes to be honest, along a beach. It is quite tiring. There's a lot of loose stone and gravel, and then obviously the sand you've got to walk along. We've got some nice light this morning, although we do have some quite heavy cloud, and you can see the lighthouse here, and just above it at the moment we are starting to get some colour coming through in these clouds. We're getting some nice kind of pink hazy lines coming across them. I'm going to be doing most of my shots involving this composition here, this rock here, using it as foreground interest. I'm shooting down onto it, just catching the peak there of the rock, just to give a bit of foreground interest there and lead your eye down into the scene. Looking at this path here, the lighthouse is called Twr Mawr, sorry. I had to Google how you pronounce it, it's actually quite easy. Really cool. You've probably seen hundreds of pictures of this location already. Now I'm shooting at an ISO of 50 to 100 to try and slow that water down. I'm shooting with a polarizer on, which is helping to bring out those clouds, the definition then, the colour in these pink hazy streaks here. We do have a bit of an odd mix of clouds today. We have the really high ones which are picking up this colour. We have the lower down ones, and also we have some quite cool kind of I don't know how you describe them, kind of hazy, soft clouds that are just over the top of Snowdonia here. So it's a really cool scene, a lot of elements, especially with the water here as well, and this nice leading line of the path. And we're just getting some nice colour on the church now from the strong sunrise that is going on behind me. So altogether quite nice, quite a nice lot of elements coming together. Now, as I said before, I'm shooting at an ISO of 50 to 100. I'm shooting at anywhere around about f/16 just to get this rock sharp. I could really be doing focus stacking with this image, but I'm not really too far away from the lighthouse to not get a sharp image by doing a high aperture shot, especially now as the sun comes up. It's quite a sharp, good lens, a 16 to 35mm lens. I can get away with shooting a higher aperture on it to get a nice sharp image. And I'm getting around about anywhere from about 4 seconds to 20-second images doing that. I've got the polarizer on, like I said before, to bring out that sky, and a 0.9 soft grad. I'm going to put you down now, get on with some shooting, just because we've got some gorgeous light here. Really liking the scene. Really nice location this. Loving the rocks here, loving the detail in the water, the path, clouds and Snowdonia, all coming together quite nicely this morning. Let's see if we can get some decent shots, and I'll put them up and you should see them in a minute. Got those shots done now. I've got the ones, the early portraits with the colour in the sky, And I've also gone down slightly lower on the rock, which you would have seen with me moving around, to try and get some landscape shots. They're quite nice down there. You've got a nice bit of interest in this rock, which I'm not going to pan around and show you because you'll get the gist in the pictures. But nice bit of interest that leads kind of the detail in the left, then out wide kind of to the sea with the lighthouse and the steps there. Got those in the bag, really nice images, really happy with those. I've also done a few panoramic stitches, both down at that composition in the landscape format, and also back up here in the portrait format. Hopefully they're going to come out really nicely. Now the sun has just come up from these clouds, which you can probably tell. We have a little gap between these two clouds, which you can actually just make out, even though this is extremely overexposed. So this isn't going to hang around too long, but it's given me some really beautiful light now on the lighthouse. I was a bit worried when I was going to come that it was going to be too much side light. The sun is almost around equinox now, and I had a feeling that a bit of the lighthouse might be dark, but I quite like it. It's actually just working right. It's just putting a nice bit of light on the very face of the lighthouse here, with the back of it in shadow, lighting up all these steps along the front of it, and also it's putting a lot of nice light on this rock down here, really making this a bit of foreground interest stand out. You'll see what I mean more from the pictures on the camera. The shutter speed has increased a lot now. The image is a lot brighter. I'm still shooting at an f/18 to f/16. They are quite high. If I had my 24-105 lens on, or something that wasn't quite as good, I wouldn't want to be going up to that range, but this is a very good lens. The 16-35 f4. It's sharp, it can deal with that type of high aperture shots without degrading the image, making it too soft. I think these are going to come out really nicely. The only thing I don't like about the scene, if I'm going to be picky, is this kind of gravel path here. There's not a lot I can do about it apart from changing the composition or zooming in further to the church, the lighthouse itself. So that's the only niggly bit I've got with the scene really, but I mean that is picky at its best. I'm going to make most of this use of this sun coming through here now. I'm going to try and get some more images in the bag. I'll probably do a bit of exploring after this, just while we got some nice light on the lighthouse, trying to get some slightly different compositions. And what I'll probably do from this location now is I'll probably forget this foreground interest, go to a bit more of a tele lens, just zoom in a bit more on the actual the lighthouse and the steps, and try and capture some kind of background detail. We did actually, in the shots that I've been doing for the last 10 minutes, have some nice colour in the sky. You can tell we're definitely coming into autumn now with these longer sunrises and longer sunsets. The colour is hanging around for a lot longer. We've had nice usable colour in the sky, nothing super amazing, but colour that's usable, giving you some nice soft hues and some kind of wispy pinkish clouds for probably about half an hour this morning, so it's pretty good. Good going. Thanks for watching this one. I hope you've enjoyed it. Now I was going to be doing some more videos on Dartmoor, not the last, but 2 vlogs ago when I was on the last one from Dartmoor. I did say that I was going to try and concentrate on that area, but you probably would have noticed now that I did actually go on holiday to Crete, so there's 2 videos that have gone up from there. And I did actually end up with this week off work, and I've kind of not been to Wales now probably for about 3 years. Pretty much where my journey started with travelling around with a camera. Obviously I had cameras before that point. The first kind of time I got away in my old car and with a tent for about 5 days was to Anglesey and Snowdonia. Did a lot of camping then in a tent, a lot of hiking. Very tiring. I've got the camper van with me now, so it's going to be a bit easier. I'm hoping to get to some of these locations, and the next few days and the next few vlogs you're going to see is all about me trying to get some portfolio images from Wales. The images I've got in the past were okay, but they're nothing really to write home about. I'm going to be concentrating on iconic locations, trying to get some nice light, trying to be doing some more lighthouses on Anglesey. It's a beautiful part of the world. And also getting up to Snowdonia and trying to get some of those cool mountain shots with the lakes. Not necessarily sure if I'm going to be doing a hike to Snowdon yet. I did do that a couple of years ago, and the problem is to get the nice images you need to be around sunset and sunrise, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be committed to doing that, because it will mean coming back in the dark. Thanks for watching this one anyway. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's a lovely place, so glad I got here in the light I have. It's another one off the list. I'll be seeing you hopefully soon on the next one from Wales. If you have liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and obviously consider subscribing. There will be probably 4 or 5 vlogs now coming up in theory, if all goes well, from Snowdonia. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you on one of the future vlogs.